Hey there. I am trying out my new virtual background. I don't really like them very much, but I just got this one set for a class that I'm going to be teaching about dreams. And so I thought that this would be surreal enough. Um, I'm showing up here right now because I just saw another client with high blood pressure, but it's not the kind of high blood pressure that comes from being very type A and aggressive, nor is it the type of blood pressure that comes from fear type of tension and kind of go, go, go and kind of pushing the river. It's a type of high blood pressure that I think of as being more about the disengagement of the soul, and therefore the pilot light not being strong. And in Chinese medicine terms, the yang is not consolidated, and so it's floating. I'm speaking about it because it really occurred to me that here we are, end of May 2022, heading into the third summer in a row that feels more like winter in a lot of ways. That a lot of the energetic lessons that I find that we're working with are actually winter lessons, not so much summer lessons. The first one was fear, and the second was endurance. And I would say that right now, the issue is risk, assessment of risk, or what to do when the risk can't really be assessed very well. What is the wisdom of the soul's input into our decision-making process? There's a degree to which risk avoidance, I'm not trying to tell anybody what to do. I'm not trying to say how dangerous COVID is or isn't to any given individual. We've all heard stories that are very disturbing, and we don't want that to happen to us. And we've all heard stories that are like, oh yeah, it was a piece of cake. I sneezed 3 times, it was over. And we don't know what's a reasonable risk and what is not. I want to bring to the discussion, though, the notion of the soul and its destiny. The notion that the soul came here, that we were sent here. We came here for a reason. There's something that we are here to deliver, something here that we're here to experience, something we're here to contribute or exchange with the living. And when we do not engage that, the light starts to grow dimmer. The kidney yang, the life gate fire starts to dwindle, with a number of different physical health consequences. This person's high blood pressure is one of them. One of them certainly is a lowering of the immune system. Lack of passion for life and lack of passionate engagement with life. Lack of sense of purpose or thwarted purpose, if it's not the kind of thwarted purpose that leads to frustration, but the kind of thwarted purpose that leads to a kind of sinking and floating away and not really being here. That's what I'm talking about. That's not good for the immune system either. It's not good for any system at all. And I'm wanting to mention that risk, there's 2 kinds of risk: wise risk and foolish risk. I don't think it's a great idea to just say, oh, whatever, and go running around doing anything for no reason. Just, that's a kind of a form of denial. Denial is never a healthy healthy trait. Then there's also wise risk. And wise risk is the risk that allows us to stay on course for the expression of our soul's passion and purpose in this world. When that starts getting whittled away down to nothing, which is what I believe I'm seeing in a certain number of people for whom the life of a hermit is not actually conducive. Some of us love the life of a hermit. I really enjoy it very much myself. But I'm seeing more and more people where it's starting to get critical. What are they doing being alive? Where is their love? Where is their purpose? For those people, wise risk. I'm thinking of one of the healthiest people I've ever seen. It was a young woman whom I saw right before the pandemic began, actually, at a Resma Menachem workshop. She was glowing with incredible vitality. She was a young woman who was from Africa and was visiting the United States, and everybody's eyes were on her because she had such dignity, self-possession, and a kind of glow like a deep coal. And afterwards, a whole bunch of older African-American women basically surrounded her and sat her down and wanted to hear from her about herself. Like, basically, what's your secret to looking like that? Like life can't daunt you. So whole, so vital, vibrant, and engaged. And she said, you need to be ready to die at any moment in order to live fully. That is a high calling. I'm not saying it's easy, but I am saying it's time to start feeling for down in the low belly, down in the lower dantian, deep in that pilot light, that life gate fireplace. What do I love? What do I love? Not so much like the summer fire love, but like the winter love. The keep the fire burning in the dark love. The love that's worth the risk. What is my purpose? And these two questions are very closely linked. Your purpose during a dark time, during a dark age, which we may be entering or may be in. Your purpose during a dark time is to help what you love to survive until the end of winter so that it can come back when times get easier. What do you love? Dedicate yourself to that remaining alive and let that be your heritage. And let that feed your courage. This is a moving beyond ourselves, living only for ourselves, staying alive is actually not very good for us. We need to be engaged in a destiny. We need to be creating a heritage. What is your purpose? What do you love? What will you keep alive? What fire will you keep burning in the dark during the dark time, during this very strange summer, which in some ways is a bit more like winter? Okay, that's my message for today. Smell.